Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow. You guys have a great time. A big day doing what? Well, it's actually a pretty nice little Saturday. We're going to go to Home Depot, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, stuff like that. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time. Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? This podcast is a very big idea, my friend. We're talking about a non-exclusive, egalitarian brotherhood where community status, and more importantly, age, have no bearing whatsoever. Get ready to pledge in this week's review and breakdown of Old School from 2003.
When Mitch's life fell apart,
What are you doing home?
he found a new place to live.
We are officially starting a fraternity.
That's genius.
But one man's home
This is my house.
is another man's party.
Half these guys don't even go to the school.
I want in.
Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, and Vince Vaughn.
If you tell anyone about this, I'll kill you. I'm kidding. We'll have him back by tonight.
Old School, rated R, February 21st.
Joining me today all the way from Brazil is three-time returning guest, Dan Sacklunch Sakulich. Welcome back to the show, man.
Yeah, buddy. I'm so happy to be on the pod again, brother.
Dude, this is your pick, and I'm so glad you picked this because I hadn't seen it for a long time, and it was
Timeless.
It was a joy. Let's put it that way.
A joy, a gem, one of those diamonds that it never gets old.
Never.
Even though it's old school.
Like, this is one of the movies, there's probably, I don't know, maybe I have 5 or 6 that I could finish it, and then I could just turn it right back on, and I would be happy. I'd be fine.
100%.
So let me get through some of the details. Directed by, first the description. 3 friends attempt to recapture their glory days by opening up a fraternity near their alma mater. Directed by Todd Phillips, friend of the pod, director of the Hangover saga, and recently the acclaimed Joker standalone movie. Did you see that?
Great. Awesome. Incredible.
Yeah, it was great, but I don't think I could ever watch it again. Could you? Is it? It's not one of the ones you can just like, I'm going to watch Joker again because I'm really in the mood for a horribly depressing movie about mental illness.
I'm such a Joaquin Phoenix fan, though, so I probably could just for that. Plus, anytime you're talking about Batman and especially the Joker, when you draw comparisons to Heath Ledger's performance and the fact that he did it justice by that Heath Ledger, I could probably watch it again, but I can see why you would say, oof, because it is heavy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I could watch Old School once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year. I could watch Joker, I don't know, every 5 years. Maybe. I don't know.
I'll agree.
Okay. Top billed stars: Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell. Just listen to this list: Jeremy Piven, Juliette Lewis, Leah Remini, Craig Kilborn, Alicia Cuthbert, Artie Lang, Sean William Scott, Ellen Pompeo, Rob Corddry, and Snoop D-O-double-G.
Incredible cast, and not only incredible cast, but like the synergy, amazing.
Yeah,
When they play off to each other so well.
We'll get into a little bit more, but like all the little vignettes throughout the movie are just some of these people are only in it for 1 or 2 scenes, and they're just knocking it out of the park, and it's just great, one after another.
Absolutely, yeah.
A runtime of a tight 1 hour and 28 minutes. Rated R. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says comedy only, and IMDb agrees, and I agree also. I think it's good. It's just a comedy.
Yes, it is.
Rating from IMDb is 7.1 out of 10 from 222,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 60% from 168 critics. I mean, no, these guys are wrong.
No.
And 86% from 250,000 plus audience ratings. So I think we unwashed masses got it right.
And the Metascore is 54.
Yeah. Box office haul, on an estimated budget of $24 million, this one made a worldwide box office haul of $87 million. And we'll get to one of my beefs that's related to the box office haul and down at the end, but that's really good. Back then, from 2003, for a rated R comedy to make that much money back then.
Absolutely. Like, you're not bringing in $250 million on a comedy. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, if you're getting close to $100 million, like, and there's some, like Deadpool and a couple of these other, rated R comedies, but like, man, back then this was huge.
Huge.
So at the time of this recording, you can stream this right now with the Showtime add-on with Hulu or Amazon Prime, or permanently on Popflix. It's just my personal streaming service. So if you choose the highest tier of our Patreon account, you'll have access to the Popcorn Priest permanent collection. Go to patreon.com/Popcorn Priest and throw a couple shekels at the priest. So this brings us to the hottest segment on podcasting right now. 5 reasons why you should watch this, and go ahead and add in what you would like, Dan. But number 1, do you not want to be happy? That's my first reason. Is there a reason why you don't want to be happy? Because this movie makes me smile through the whole thing.
Because if you don't, we mentioned a movie go to watch. Go hit up Joker.
Yeah, go grab Joker off the shelf and put that one in.
Really, really uplifting.
Yeah.
Motivational flick.
Exactly. Number 2, Will Ferrell. Is this his peak? Or is it Step Brothers or Anchorman? What's Will Ferrell like? Just straight up comedy. What's his peak?
Oof.
I kind of feel like it's this one, but
it's got to be this one or Step Brothers. Anchorman, the first one was incredible, but I couldn't handle the next 2.
Yeah, the second one, you have to be. I mean, oh man, it's good, and you got to watch it a bunch of times to get the long, drawn out jokes. But I kind of feel like this was his peak.
I would agree with that. Like, it's Saturday Night Live. He was absolutely incredible on, right? Incredible. Yeah. But what he did on this one took it to another level. Took it to another level.
Number 3, speaking of the cast, Vince Vaughn. Is this his peak for comedies? Or is it Wedding Crashers?
Wedding Crashers.
Okay, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah, it's like it's a toss up for me. Like, I mean, I'm the kind of guy that I'll watch anything that Vince Vaughn's in, even if it's garbage. I just love listening to him and listening to him ad lib. It's just so much fun.
100%. And he did a lot of ad libbing in this.
Yeah, for sure. Number 4, I love all the supporting actors. We kind of talked about that earlier, that have 1 or 2 minutes of screen time. And by far, Sean William Scott with the donkey trainer, and then the coworkers at Mitch's work. Like, those are my favorite.
Absolutely, Walsh and Booker.
Yeah, I mean, it's Artie Lang, and I don't know the other guy, but he's
Matt Walsh.
Is it Matt Walsh? Okay.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He just feels like that's a real guy in the office. Like, dude, I need this. And
really good.
Oh yeah, exactly. And last but not least, I would say this is by far, I don't know, you can disagree with me, I feel like it's in the top 10 comedies of all time.
Oh, like yeah.
Top 10.
And look, I think we've talked about this before. Like your top 10 is really comprised of 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Like you can't necessarily just put one on top of everything else. Even though I will tell you, if anybody asks me what my favorite movie of all time is, I usually say when it comes to comedy, Dumb and Dumber is my all-time favorite, and I've got some thoughts on that I'll bring around a little bit later.
That movie's great, but yeah, I agree. Maybe you group them in like the Oscars. It's just these 10 are the top 10, and you can shuffle them around however you want. But for sure, Old School is up there.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to Popcorn by the Numbers.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number.
All right, so I only have one thing in here for Popcorn by the Numbers, and it's the best one of the show, of all my episodes so far, is the song Here I Go Again by Whitesnake.
Oh.
Guess how many times it's played in the movie?
I think it's 3 times, maybe 4.
4 times.
Okay.
And tell me if this is the same for you. Whenever I hear that song, I don't think of Whitesnake. I don't think of anything else. I think of Old School.
Red Dragon. I think of Red Dragon.
Oh, no, dude. I think of this movie, The Red Dragon.
No.
Get out of here.
No. Because he calls his car
The Red Dragon. Okay, yes. Okay, I thought you meant like freaking that movie with the serial killer, Red Dragon. That's what I thought.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Silence of the Lambs sequel called Red Dragon.
Well, no, he calls like when she comes out with the iced tea, saying, "No, remember, we don't want to bring Frank the Tank back out." And he says, "Just tuning up the Red Dragon."
Yeah, exactly. Well, is there any other thing you want to talk about before we get into the spoilers? Because this will wrap up our part 1 of Old School. Is there anything genuinely that you want to talk about?
So when you say by the numbers, the number. So can I throw some by the numbers for you?
Heck yeah! Anything that has like numbers, it has to be a number. Yeah, that's all it is. Just any
are Roman numerals acceptable?
Correct. Yeah, it's not like the SNL skit with Sean Connery where he can't say a number. No, anything that has a number. Yes.
So look, it seems like every time that we do that you have me on, whenever I hear the Metascore, I'm always like, come on, like who is rating this? Like you've got to be absolutely crazy. So the Metascore is 54. So you tell me, okay? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies that are all 74 or higher, with the exception of one, which is a 55. Okay, so let me start at the
just to let everybody know,
Metascore.
where is the Metascore coming from?
From IMDb.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
what are the 5?
so
what are the 5 movies
Metascore-
that are above this? Is that what you're saying?
Metascore has yes, exactly. Road Trip with Tom Green. Would you ever rate that higher than Old School?
No.
Okay. So this next one is like, I think in the 80s, Knocked Up.
I mean, 80s seems super high. And Knocked Up's good, but it's not. I love what's his name? The director. His name just slips my mind, but the guy who did this, I like that they're trying to put in a bunch of drama in the movies. these movies that come out now, but I just want
But would
a comedy.
you rate that higher than Old School?
No.
Right?
No.
No. Absolutely not. Trainwreck.
No. No. That movie sucks, bro.
Broski, that got like a 75 meta. Okay, now this one got like a 75 meta too, right around there.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. And this is one that I might say, I might, say that it's close. Is Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
Close.
I would say it's close or right at the same level, or maybe just a little bit higher. It's really good. Bridesmaids is dope.
Oof. Yeah, for no doubt.
It's a little long.
I tried to be objective.
It's a little long. That's where I think
a little female-y, but
which is
that's
fine.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
Bridesmaids,
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
fine. But again, if you were to ask me on any given day, hey, which one do you want to watch, Old School or Bridesmaids? I'm going to choose Old School, but I might just watch Bridesmaids right after it because they're both really good. Okay, here's the one. Here's the one that all your listeners need to pay attention to.
But Bridesmaids clocks in at 2 hours and 5 minutes, man. Like,
yeah,
that's a long. That's
movie.
A
commitment.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry
for a comedy. Okay, this is the one that your listeners need to pay attention to. Okay. And then again, I don't have the exact number. I didn't write these down. I just know they ranked higher on a Metascore than Old School.
No, that's fine.
House Party with Kid and Play.
Okay. I'm at a disadvantage because I haven't seen House Party, and I probably should have, but I haven't seen it.
No, you shouldn't have.
Okay. All right. But it seems to me that it wouldn't be higher than Old School.
No. Heavens no. Not even close. Not even in the same stratosphere. Okay,
Yeah,
so there was my contribution to your numbers.
No, I think that was
numbers.
perfect. That's really good. That helps solidify my number 5 reasons why you should watch this, because I think it is top 10 comedies of all time.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we are going to stop it here with spoilers. So this is the end of part 1. You just have to come back next week to listen to all the juicy details and our thoughts on the movie. And yeah, so we'll see you next week. Yeah, come on back.